The sun was setting on the horizon, casting long shadows that stretched across the empty road ahead. I gripped the steering wheel tightly, my knuckles turning white. It was a familiar route, one I had driven countless times before, but tonight, something felt off. The air was heavy with an eerie silence that sent shivers down my spine. Nevertheless, I tried to shake off the unease and continued on my way. As I drove further into the desolate countryside, the shadows seemed to grow longer, creeping closer to the car with each passing mile. The light from the setting sun transformed the landscape into a surreal painting, as if nature itself was preparing for the night's sinister descent. The once vibrant hues of green and gold were now swallowed by a darkness that seemed to swallow everything in its path. My heart pounded in my chest, the thumping sound echoing in the car. Every fiber of my being urged me to turn back, to retreat from this path of impending doom. But curiosity mingled with fear, pushing me further into the unknown. A thick fog began to envelop the road, its white tendrils swirling around the car. Visibility grew scarce, reducing the world outside to mere glimpses of ghostly shapes. Sweat trickled down my brow as I strained to see through the dense mist. Suddenly, the car jolted violently, as if it had hit something. I slammed on the brakes, my heart leaping into my throat. With trembling hands, I reached for the car door handle, preparing to step outside and investigate. But just as I was about to open the door, a blood-curdling scream pierced through the night. It echoed in the distance, chilling me to the bone. The sound seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere all at once, a haunting chorus of pain and despair. My mind raced, overwhelmed with fear and confusion. Was this some twisted trick? Or was there something truly sinister lurking in the darkness? Reluctantly, I closed the door and continued my journey, the scream still reverberating in my ears. The road twisted and turned, leading me deeper into the heart of the unknown. The fog clung to the car, refusing to dissipate, adding to the disorienting atmosphere. Shadows danced along the edges of my vision, flickering and contorting with each passing street lamp. Then, a figure appeared in the distance, standing in the middle of the road. Panic washed over me as I slammed on the brakes, screeching to a halt just inches away from the mysterious silhouette. My breath hitched as the figure slowly turned towards me, revealing a face shrouded in darkness. "Help me," a voice whispered, sending chills down my spine. I felt a surge of empathy mixed with terror as I peered into the eyes of the desperate stranger. Without thinking, I opened the door, inviting the unknown presence into my car. The figure entered silently, their presence sending a wave of unease washing over me. "Thank you," the figure whispered, their voice trembling with gratitude. "I thought I was lost forever." I stole a quick glance at my passenger, their features still obscured by shadows. It was then that a realization struck me like a lightning bolt. The voice, the faceless figure, it was my own reflection staring back at me from the rearview mirror. A scream tore from my throat as I turned around, only to find an empty back seat. My heart pounded, the deafening sound drowning out all rational thought. The road stretched out ahead, a never-ending abyss of terror and uncertainty. In that moment, I understood the truth. I was trapped in a twisted loop, forever driving into the abyss, forever haunted by my own reflection.